welcome back to my channel. And I ain't really want to get too far into Keke's baby daddy situation, but I got a couple things I want to say. Now, by now, I'm sure everybody done heard what that man has done, and I don't really want to rehash all of that because I know y'all seen it. Okay, the little post, he tried it. Okay. But you know, when I first saw that, I thought for sure he was joking. I was like, he's joking. He can't be serious. Like, he joking, right? And then I start seeing that he was responding and doubling down. And I was like, oh, he for real. Ooh, baby, when I said y'all dragged the fuck out of Keke baby daddy, y'all was not playing with that man. Y'all was on top of his head. And I ain't mad at it. I'm really not mad at it because you know what? I feel like everybody remembers the situation with the Trey Songz, you know, how he did her. If y'all don't know, a couple years ago, more than a couple of years ago, I think Trey Songz wanted to shoot a video. He didn't want to go through the proper channels of contracting Keke to be in his video. So he threw a house party, got her liquored up, and then stuck a camera in her face. She ended up hiding or something because she felt like he was trying to intimidate her sexually. It was a whole mess, child. Y'all look it up if y'all don't remember, if y'all don't know about it. But I feel like we didn't really have her back the way we supposed to. Like, me personally, I believed her. But I just feel like we as a collective, we didn't really ride for Keke the way we should have been riding for Keke. And then y'all remember she went on Wendy Williams' show and Wendy was like, well, you should have done this and you didn't do that. And Keke had to gather Miss Wendy, y'all. She had to gather our auntie, and it was chef's kiss. She really did what she had to do. And it was just like, I feel like ever since then, people been showing mad love to Keke, but we really didn't ride on Trey Songz the way we should. Like, we wasn't on that man's head. But baby daddy, the people said not this time, not our good sis. He learned something yesterday. The way y'all started digging up old tweets and poking holes in his logic, I mean, I was very proud of y'all. I was really proud of my cousins on Twitter, okay? Y'all did that. y'all were funny as shit. But anyways, the way I see it is I really don't think he was upset about her clothing. I think he was just feeling insecure. No shade. I knew who the baby daddy was, okay, before he got with Keke because I used to follow his brother. If y'all don't know, his brother is Saronis Jackson. He was on Insecure and a couple other things. He ain't really that big of a name, but if you know him, you know him. And if you don't, you don't. And I used to see him post his brother all the time. So I knew who he was when I seen that she was out and about with this dude. And then if y'all remember, shortly after they came out as a couple, another young lady said that she was pregnant by him and he made her, you know, go to the clinic. And then next thing you know, he pop out with Keke. And he kept a real low profile ever since then. So I know I had forgot about that a little bit. I really have forgot about that. And I think majority of y'all probably didn't even remember that because y'all didn't know it to begin with because who is he? And that's the thing. Even though I knew who he was and stuff like that, I really don't know who he is. Like, I don't know what he does. I don't know if he's an actor or I don't know what the man do, okay? And most people don't really know what this man does. And then you have Keke, who has been on our TV screens and in our hearts since she was a little bitty girl. So, and you see her starting to really shine. Like, this girl is in her prime. What was once looked at, like when you become a mother, people used to think that it's over for you. You know, you've had a baby, that's it, you're done. You retire, man gets you pregnant, he's taking you out the game. But she's shining even brighter. Her peers are starting to uplift her, give her flowers. People who probably didn't take her that serious are starting to wake up and realize, like, oh my God, this girl is a gem. Like, she's everything. She's important to the culture. And as her man, instead of you being supportive and proud and happy for her, You get on Twitter hating. I feel like whatever he does, I don't know what the man does. And I think that's the problem, right? We don't really know what it is. We don't really know what it is that he does, right? But we have this superstar Keke with you. You looking like Mr. Mom. You looking like the help. You looking like the nanny. And then you have this icon, Usher, the Usher the Raymond the Fourth. Then you have the Usher the Raymond the Fourth shouting her out and be like, Keke girl, I seen you. He knows who she is. They on a first name basis. And she's fanning out. It's like she was being silly and having fun. She wasn't shooting a shot or nothing like that. And you're a mom. It's the outfit though. You're a mom. Really, sir? Really? That's what we doing? I just feel like he was feeling small and he wanted to knock her down a couple of pegs. And y'all know how I feel about people trying to humble black women. I don't like it. I especially don't like when men critique women's outfits. I mean, this girl just had a baby and she looks beautiful. She looks so good and everybody is like loving on her publicly. And it wasn't that long ago that the people was trying to bring nonsense to her doorstep with the whole colorism and comparison and all that nonsense. Y'all saw what they was trying to do when they was trying to put her against Zendaya, who I love, but they was trying to put my boo against my other boo Zendaya, and I ain't like that. And now the energy is just so beautiful. People are just surrounding her with love and praise. And you hating on her moment? I bet you anything, something he was probably working on fell through. He had a disappointment. He's suffering a setback. And you taking it out on Keke. And that's something that you should have dealt with at home by yourself. You have her phone number. You could have called her. You could have whatever. But you went on Twitter and you let the world see how you was treating her. And it's really sad when your partner, the person you chose to start a family with, this person you're in love with, sis was just declaring her love for this man 2 days before this happened. And you're hating on her moment. You're trying to stifle her. You're trying to hold her back. That's sad. It's upsetting me and it's upsetting my homegirls. And then all this traditional man nonsense. People like, oh, well, she knows she was with a traditional man. Traditional man, my foot. Did you make her your wife? She put in a post, I think, saying how much he wanted to be a father. So you purposely got her pregnant, but you didn't make her your wife. But you're referring to her as your wife. You're referring to her as she's your representation and you're the head of this family. Are you trying to convince us or yourself? Like, I really don't want to be on this man's head like that because I respect my girl Keke. But it's like you sent for us because you went on Twitter and you tried to air her out. So you sent for us. So here we are on your head. And it's really the pick-meshas that really inspired me to make this video because they upset me and they really got on my nerves. Talking about, well, he just wants to be respected and she's supposed to be a high-value woman and all this bullshit, yada, 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 that don't nobody got time for. My thing is this here. If bro wants to be respected, then he should be respectable. That means you don't come on Twitter and throw a hissy fit. You don't throw a tantrum on Twitter, but say, I'm the man of the family. Because them two, they don't go. You throwing tantrums and then you're saying you the man. That don't go. You look ridiculous. And you're embarrassing my girl. My girl ain't had no smut on her name, okay? Her reputation was clean, squeaky. And then you come here with this. I'm sorry, it really feels like you had a setback of some sort. You are feeling really bad about yourself and you wanted her to feel bad about herself. And that's abusive. And this is not a plea. You know, people are online saying, oh, y'all want Keke to leave her man and y'all are trying to break up a black family. Anywho, I don't think that Keke is going to see our videos, read our comments, and just leave her man. I'm not expecting her to do that. She loves this man. She started a family with this man. They have a very young child. So nobody's saying that she needs to leave her man, but again, he brought this public. You came on Twitter and you sent for us. So you put this out there, we're going to have an opinion about it. Because you very easily could have just called her and said, hey, you know, that made me feel away. I didn't like that. But you knew who you got with. You knew who you got with. It's just annoying. It's just annoying. What he did was abusive. And the back and forth with the, you know, the people, it's like he was seeking validation and attention. And you got it. You got it, because I learned way too much about you yesterday that I did not need to know. And people were like, oh, well, Keke knows that he's like that. I wouldn't be so sure that she knew all of that. I don't think she saw them tweets about Austin Sterling. I wouldn't be so sure that she's seen some of the tweets and some of the things that this man has been saying. You men know how to, you know, send your representative into new relationships. She probably knows some things, but I don't think she knows it all. And girl, we ain't trying to disrespect your relationship or tell you what to do because you grown, you got it. But it's just like the way he was acting, I'm sorry, that was abusive. That was like going back and forth. Why are you going back and forth with strangers on the internet? You don't know none of us. Like, what did you think the outcome would be? It's like some tiny part of me is still hoping that maybe this was some type of social experiment. This was a prank. This was just, I don't really know. Because, sir, it's not looking too good for you. It's really not looking too good for you. This is looking like a mistake. Then I saw that he posted the little verse from Kanye. I used to want this thing forever. Y'all can have it back. Excuse me? I know you're not referring to our good sis as a thing. You tried it. I know that was not a sub. Okay? I just know that was not a sub. Now, I don't want to just throw out indictments on this man because I really don't know him. Like I said, we still trying to figure out what he does exactly. But I think what really triggered me was the fact that he was so unwilling to hear what people were having to say. It's like, you made this an open discussion. You brought this to the internet. So people are telling you what they think. And some people, yeah, they were jumping on your head. Okay, they were leaving you. They were tagging you. Okay, they was tagging that ass. And so I can understand that you didn't want to hear from them. But there were also people really making reasonable points, and they were pointing out to you like, yo, women go through so much with their bodies, especially after they give birth. For your girlfriend to be so in love with herself and so happy, and people loving on her and people just praising her, for you to come at her the way that you did, it just wasn't right. And for him to be so unwilling to hear it, for him to be so stubborn and so bullheaded, it was just like, it's scary. Like, it really seemed like, sir, you might be abusive, because what he did, that wasn't okay. And I hate to make this comparison, but it stuck out to me, so I'm going to say it. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Jovan. I think his name was Jovan Belcher. He's a football player. This was years ago. His girlfriend had just had a baby. I think the baby was a few months old. And she went to a Trey Songz concert. She didn't come home. I guess at the time he was expecting her to come home. He got upset. He went to see a lady friend. Came back home finally. She was home. And he got the pow-pow and confronted her. And long story short, both of them are unalived. And left that baby an orphan. It's not that I'm trying to speak that out there, but I'm saying sometimes when irrational acts are not checked, this is the result. Sometimes you got to call people out. You got to hold people accountable and be like, yeah, you're wrong. You're wrong. What you said was wrong. Your way of thinking is wrong. You shouldn't have approached this way. And then I think his brother, this older brother, came out and was like, you're right. And, you know, just keep it off the internet. No, sir, you're not right. And you should have told your little brother he's not right. He wasn't right. What he said was not right. It was really disrespectful what he did to her. The fact that your grown ass can't even impart some decent wisdom onto your younger brother, that's sad. That's scary. It's like, oh, that's really how y'all think. Like she's some possession. She was Keke Palmer before she met him, and she will always be Keke Palmer. What he did was really, it was low. It was low. It was very distasteful. It was unattractive. It was scary. It was abusive. He was wrong for that. And I'm not saying she's going to break up with this man, because she don't want to break up with this man. But if you continue doing that, she's definitely going to leave you. She's gonna leave his ass. I know she will. I'm not rooting for that. I'm not saying that she is, but maybe, you know what? I started off this video saying that we're not rooting for her to leave this man or leave this relationship. But like I said, we learned a lot of things about that man on yesterday that I bet he probably didn't want us to learn. And you know, Keke got her mama. I'm sure she got her real life aunties and real life cousins and friends and people to counsel her and let her know what's up. But it's not looking too good for Mr. Man, okay? It's not looking too good for him. Because some of the things that I saw, I didn't need to see, okay? I didn't need to see it. And then him trying to sub her on today, I didn't like it. I cannot imagine her family and loved ones are in support of... I'm pretty sure they didn't know the same way we didn't know. I'm pretty sure they didn't know. And I cannot imagine that after her mother has worked with her throughout her career and build up her child to be greatness, that she's going to really stand by and be pleased about this man who we don't know his job. I'm about to start calling him Tommy from Martin because we don't know what the man does, okay? I can't imagine that she would be happy that her daughter is with a Tommy who is trying to break her confidence publicly. I mean, y'all done really dug up that man Yelp reviews, and I don't know if my sis read them. I don't feel like she read them prior to. But y'all done dumped them in her lap, and she ain't got no choice but to see... She ain't got no choice but to read them now. So, I mean, it is what it is. Y'all done put a lot on her plate for her to consider. I want the best for her. I'm going to send good vibes to Keke because you know we love her. Like, if you know one thing about me, you know I love that girl. I love me some Keke Palmer. I just want to see the best for her, okay? Don't want to see no stanky-ass Tommy trying to ruin everything that she's built. That's just not going to work for none of us. We're not going to let that happen. And we learned him something yesterday. I'm not going to lie to you. The way that the black cousins assembled and gathered that man by all his edges, it was superb. It was delicious. Okay? Y'all did what y'all had to do. Anyways, that's really all I had to say. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.